Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Tyler here, and in today's video we're going to be covering Svelte stores and how we can pass data between components as well as update data from nested components really easily. So by far Svelte has the easiest and most elegant solution for handling data at nested depths, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how we can use them. So let's just get started. Right now, I have the very classic and very common example where we have a increments, a decrements, and a reset button, okay? But the issue is they're all in this one component. What if we wanted to have nested components that also handled the data and the updating? So we don't want to pass down 3 functions for updating it and the prop, you know what I mean? So how do we handle that with Svelte? Well, we have something called stores. So let me actually show you how we can do that. And to do that, I created a components folder, which is empty by default. And we're going to create 3 components. We're going to create an increment, or we're just going to call it add.svelte. We're going to call this subtract.svelte, and this one's just going to be called 0.svelte. So these are all going to be components that do basically the same thing as before. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a scripts tag in the 0.svelte components. I'm going to set the language to TypeScript. And then up here, I'm going to create a function called 0, right? And it's just going to, it's going to do something, right? So for now, I'm going to do that. I'm going to come down here, create a button that just says reset. And on click, I'm going to call the 0 function. So I'm going to copy all of this into the subtract component. And instead of 0, it's just going to be called subtract. And here, I'm going to put subtract and a minus sign, right? And then in here, I'm going to do the same thing with the add. Okay, so we have an add, a subtract, and a reset component. So let's just quickly import these in here. So we're going to import the add components ./components/add. We're also going to import the subtract component from ./components/subtract and import the 0 component, right? From ./components/0. Okay, so we have these 3 components. Let's just quickly put them in here. So we're going to put in the 0 component, right? There we go. I can't type. So we're going to have the 0 component. We're going to have the add component. There we go. And the subtract component, right? Okay, so we have these 3 components. When we go back to our UI, we should see the same thing, but the buttons just aren't working. So how do we implement this? There's a couple ways. You can think of it like we could pass down the props, right? Like we could pass down counts in all 3 components, and then we can also pass down like a function that handles an update. We could listen for events through the components using event systems, and it's all really messy, especially because all we're trying to do is just handle 3 numbers, right? So one way we can do it is if we go into our source, we can create a store, and I'm going to call it store.ts. It's just a TypeScript file, and in this file we actually only need 2 lines of code. So the first thing we're going to need is the import statement. We are going to import Writable from Svelte/store. So Writable is a built-in Svelte module that allows us to create modifiable read and writable stores from anywhere in our application. So now we can do export. Let's just call it counts values. We'll call it count value or val, right? And we're going to set it equal to writable. New writable, sorry. Oh, what am I doing? It's export const count value. So there we go. We're going to say, hey, the count value is equal to a new writable store. We're going to give it a default value of 0. And you can see we have a writable with the type number. Now, if you're using TypeScript, I'm going to show an additional thing you can do. Say you have a custom like interface or type, like say you have a type of, box, and it's going to be an X and a number, a Y and a number, something like that. How would you say this is a box store, or like a list of boxes? You know what I mean? Like how would I do that? Well, with TypeScript, you can just do something like this. Box array, and there we go. So we can just say, hey, this writable is of type box array. So I just wanted to show that for those of you using TypeScript so you don't have to worry about that. But for now, we're going to just set a default value of 0, and that is actually all we need to do in our store.typescript file. So now what we can do is come into our app.svelte, and instead of using this count value, what we can do is import, right, the writable, or no, the, I already forgot what I called it, counts value from /store.ts. So there we go. We have this count value. Now you may be like, okay, how do we react to it? How do we actually get the value of counts? And there's two ways we can do it. One way we can do is by doing counts underscore val dot, and you can see there's three methods we could use. There's update, set, and subscribe. And we'll be using the set and update methods to actually change the value. But if we just want to listen for changes to the value, we could use subscribe. So subscribe takes in the previous value. So I'm just going to say prev value. And in here, we have access to that value now in this previous value. And I'm just going to do counts is equal to prev val. So that is all we need to do to actually listen for our value. At the end of this video, I'm also going to show you a cleaner syntax for this, but I kind of want you to see that these both work. So inside of add.svelte now, we can come in and just imports our counts val from /store.ts, right? And we can import this in all three of the functions. So inside of subtract, we can import it. Inside of 0, we can import it, right? There we go. So let's start with the 0 function, which to reset it, all we have to do is set it to 0. So how would we do that? Well, we can do count val dot, and there's actually a set method right here where we can literally just pass in the value to set it to. And you can see it says sets value and informs subscribers. So if we set it to 0, what's going to happen is inside of our app.svelte file, we're going to be listening for the subscription. We're going to have access to the value. It's not called pre-value. That's a bad name for it. Sorry. I should just call it value because it isn't the previous one. And we get this new value and we just update it, right? So let's test that out. If we go into store and set this to say 100, right? We get 100. And if I click the reset button, it should go to 0. And it does. So we're updating the UI based on the store. Now, if I want to add the value, it's pretty similar as well. So count val, instead of doing set, we can use subscribe, where we pass in the previous value, right, as the first parameter, and then the actual callback function / the initiator, right? So we can do prev ++. Right? I mean, that's really all we need to do. We can just say, hey, the previous is equal to the previous plus equals 1, or however you want to do it. And what you'll see is now inside of here, we can click plus. Oh, wait. Let me make sure I did this right. Oh, I did subscribe. What am I doing? It is updates, not subscribe. I was very confused there. There we go. So we can reset it. We can go up. We can't go down, but those two are working. And I'm sure you can already see where this is going. If we want to just take away one from the value, we can do count val dot updates, and then we have the previous value, and we can do prev minus minus. I'm going to use two forms of the syntax, minus minus and plus equals, just so you can kind of see that it doesn't really Oh, it actually does for this. Yeah, it does for something like this. There we go. I was thinking of a different syntax. Okay, so yeah, we can now increment, reset it, and decrement the value. So there's one last thing I told you I would show you, and that is how do we update the value without necessarily subscribing. So in some Svelte tutorials, you might not see this. You might see like a $ syntax. And also, it's kind of annoying that we have to set a count value and then update the count value and then listen to the count value, right? Like that doesn't seem very intuitive or very clean. So we can actually get rid of both of those, and instead of displaying the counts, we can do something like this. We can do $ and then counts val. And what this is doing is, just like in our previous tutorials on reactive statements, we're saying whenever the value inside of count val changes, we are doing a subscription, and we want this component to update. So you can see we can reset it, we can plus, and we could subtract values from a store, and we're not passing data through props. We're not passing methods through props. All we had to do is create a store using the writable, set a value, a default value, and then inside of add, subtract, and 0, we just call the function set to set the value to a constant value. Subtract and add both use the update methods, which take in the first argument is the previous value, and the second argument is the initializer. So it's basically an expression that expects it to return the new value. So if you found this video useful, please like, comment, subscribe. And the next video, we're going to be covering readable stores. So in this video, we covered writable stores, which can be read and written to from anywhere on the application, but we might want more control, and we just want to create readable stores. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.